play. We gotta win. Hello, everyone, and we are back and as excited now as we were earlier.
That's right.
Why? Because we get to share information that can help someone. We never know who's listening. We never know who we can help, motivate, support, educate, bring awareness to, uplift, encourage, inspire. We just never know. There's something for everybody. That's what I solely believe is always something for somebody. It's somebody out there that could use any one person information, story, journey, testimony, how they overcame the things they went through, how they conquered those things. So I just always believe that. When I do the caregivers gala, I always believe that one caregiver can turn a whole world around.
Yes, ma'am.
That caregiver could get up there and say, this is what she does or he does, and this is how I've changed things, or this is how I turned this around, or I might have wanted to give up at one point, then I had to remember it wasn't about me. And you just don't know people's story and how one person can change so many other things. Hello, Carl, how you doing? And so that's just what I hold on to. That's what I hold on to. Somebody's story can be changed. So we will be here today, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We did longer last year. Last year we did from Friday to Friday.
8 days.
8 days. And I didn't realize it was 8 days till DJ told me. When DJ said, Miss Wilson, we was on for 8, we went for 8 days, not 7. I said 7. He said, no, it was 8.
No, it was 8.
It was 8. So here we go again. Sometimes I just step out there and just do it. And, I believe in giving people opportunities. You never know who's sitting back and want to share their story. So if that's you and you hear us now, and if you see us by the sound of our voice, by the sound of our voice, and if you want to share your story, testimony, or journey, if you have cerebral palsy, this is about the cerebral palsy awareness. So we're education, people's story. I believe in bringing the people themselves, whether it's a caregiver or the individual themselves. Now, there are times where I bring other guests in that does not have cerebral palsy because of the message that they are going to deliver. So I will bring other people in at different times. Like we've had people that come in and talk about assistive technology, physical medicine, the attorney that specializes in the disability only. They talk about guardianship, ABLE account, all types of things. So I will do that on occasions. So we do bring other people in that does not have cerebral palsy in this moment, because it could be anything, any condition of the disability community. So we like to spread that awareness and educate on all disabilities at times throughout when we have our conference. Okay. So if you are one of those people and you want to come aboard with us Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday and Wednesday.
Had to get that last one in there.
So let me say this. I say Friday, March the 26th through Wednesday, March the 31st, from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. We take a break, and then we come back at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So if you want to speak during those days, any one of those days, or through any one of those times, send an email to Kelly's Choice Cares at gmail.com. Kelly's Choice Cares at gmail.com. Nikki got it for y'all. So thank you, Nikki. She's such a blessing, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. Y'all don't even know. So anyway, that's what if you want to be a speaker any one of those days, send an email to Kelly's Choice Cares at gmail.com. Send your topic, a photo, and choose one of those days, but choose 2 times. So in case one time that you would like is filled, you could choose another time that you like, and we could put you in that slot. And one of our team members will reach out to you. Okay, we would love to have you. Everybody has their own personal journey, own personal story. So reach out to us and let you be the next person that could brighten someone else's day. All right. All right. So today at 4 o'clock, 4:15, let's say 4:15. We're gonna bring him on at 4:15. We'll bring our next guest on at 4:15. Okay. So
Gotta work with the time a little bit.
gotta work with the time a little bit. Yeah. So we've had the phenomenal Hope Dotson on. She had a phenomenal story. She's an author. She wrote a book about overcoming being in a dark place. She about bullying, but she conquered it all. She's now thriving. She's preaching the word. She's strictly by the Bible. She trusts God in everything she does. So we want to just say, all things are possible. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself on what you know you can do. Don't worry about what people say. Don't care about those things. Hello, Anita. Don't care about what people say. Just don't do it. Do what you feel that you want to do. If it's in your heart and you want to share it, do it. Do it without thoughts of people. Because people are going to talk whether you do good or bad, whether you look cute or don't look cute, whether you're handsome or not handsome. Did he just tuck us? Did he just pull up? Wait, hold up. Hold, hold up. Did he just touch the shirt?
It was a wrinkle up top of my head. Get it out of
Wait
there.
a minute. He did like this. One of those numbers. Did he do that? He did that. I ain't the only one that saw that there. I hear you, DJ. I see you. DJ getting right for everybody with that nice red shirt he got on. Look at him. I normally come looking all ready and everything. He'd have beat me.
No, it's hot, y'all. It's hot.
I wanted to be bright yellow and shiny today. Because when I saw it was hot out there and 80 degrees, I was like, oh, we're going to come with a bright yellow shirt because of the sunshine. And I wanted to meet that sunshine, which is yellow, and put smiles on people's face today.
See, now Miss Winnie got me laughing. Now my face matches my shirt. Y'all see?
His face matches shirt. Oh. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you got to make joy out of the smallest of the smallest.
Sure enough.
Bring laughter in some of those things. You can't always be so serious about everything. You got to have humor in things to make it that much better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely let go. Don't be so uptight about everything. It's okay to free yourself. Just be free. When you learn to let go and be free, you'd be surprised at how stuff just come in and just allow you to just speak and be happy about things and all of those great things.
Hey, Shayna.
Hello, Shayna. Look, she had a doctor's appointment and she come to see us.
Still watching.
We appreciate you, Shane. I hope you're doing better, sweetheart. Have fun. Yeah, like Nikki said, have fun. So my hair is like booth right now. When they say it's hot outside, y'all, trust me, it's hot outside.
It's hot.
And I was out there longer than I anticipated. I'm going to share this little story before I put my next speaker on. So me and Kelly went out to get something to eat. And I had everything in my hands, Me
Mm.
and Kelly got outside. I'm always checking the door behind me to make sure the door is locked. Me and Kelly outside. We appreciate you too,
Shayna.
Shayna. Me and Kelly get outside the door. I do like I normally do, shake the door, make sure it's, the knob is locked. I get down to my car and I push the button on my car. See, on my car, as long as my keys are with me, I don't have to hit the unlock button or my fob or turn it or anything like that. As long as the keys are somewhere on me in my purse, pocket, or whatever, it's a little button on my handle. I can hit that button and unlock my car. I hit the button and I hit it again. I ain't hit nothing. That's like, I hit it again. I looked at my hand and I said, well, I'll be darned. I'm locked out the house. I said, I'm locked out the house, which means I locked out the car, right? So I said, well, God dang. So have you ever had a moment like that? So I go on the porch and mind you, it's nice outside, sun out there, and I'm sitting on the porch and I say, girl, I'm just squinching my eyes. And I went to go to the door to get my shades. And I'm like, you can't go in the house and get your shades, boo.
Get locked out the house.
You locked out the house. So I said, you know what? Let me go in the car. I ain't kidding y'all. I'm gonna show y'all one day. I got a bin in my car with shades in them. Like a bin.
Mm-hmm.
Probably about 10 pair of shades in them. I said, that's all right. I'll just go to the car and get me a pair of shades. I looked over there, I was like, can't get in the car. So I said, well, thank God I got my phone. So I stood at the car for a minute before I thought about that, right? I stood at the car and I said, good thing you got a cell phone in your hand. Good thing you got that in your hand. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we talk about how much that cell phone is in our hand. And a lot of times it could be a bad thing, but this time it was a good darn thing. I had that phone in my hand.
Oh no.
Pushing Kelly out there was a good thing. I had that cell phone in my hand. So I said, oh, well, let me call my husband. So I called my husband. He ain't answering. I said, that devil is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Called him again. He ain't answering. I said, oh, he ain't got an answer. Because I call the 800 number and give a loud announcement over the intercom.
She'll do it too.
I did it before. He ain't because he's busy sometimes, And I'm like, but when only time I do this, I really need Corey, right? So I said, this the third ring. So I called the third time. What's up, baby? I said, I'm locked out. What do you mean you locked out? Locked out of the house or the car? Both. I said, both. He said, both. He said, wow, I was in the middle of a fire. There was a lot going on. I said, I'm locked out.
In other words, come get me, please. Put that fire out.
Get somebody else that fire to put out because I need you to come home. So he said, all right, baby, let me pass it on to somebody else. I'm on my way. When I tell you everything that could possibly have came up that I'm used to doing, it came up. I wanted shades, couldn't get the shades. I wanted to just go sit and listen. I couldn't listen to music. I couldn't do it. Have you ever had that feeling and you realize you can't do none of those things?
Mm-hmm.
Wendy, go sit on the porch and enjoy the view.
And wait.
That's what I did. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I rode Kelly on up, sat on the porch. Then I called my daughter. I don't know why I called her because she didn't have a key. She came and sat on the porch with me, moral support.
Mm-hmm.
And we just talked.
On the porch together, locked out the house.
Locked out the house. She said, well, Mom, what do you need me to do? I said, ain't nothing you can do. Mm-hmm. She said, well, you know what that means? She said, see, you said you ain't want nobody to have a key to your house this time. But it looks like you need somebody to have a key to your house.
Either put one somewhere where you know where it is outside.
Yeah, but I'm going to give them a key. I'm going to give them the key. Because Amy only live across the street. Mm-hmm. Right behind the shopping center. She lived right there. And yeah, so that's what I decided to do. So before the day end, I'm going to get another set of keys made.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get Ebony one, and I'm going to get Kanisha one. And I might just even get my son one. So all three of them, so somebody can let me in my house. All
Well,
right.
I feel honored, Miss Winnie. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I'm sorry.
That's a side joke, y'all. That's a side. That's an inside joke. Okay. You mean it though.
It's shown up.
All right, so I just had to share that. I got locked out in between outbreaks, but isn't it a wonderful thing when you can laugh at stuff like that? Like you can't even get mad. All you can do is laugh.
Well, and you got to realize too, some things are beyond your control. So I mean, and when you're in a situation, it's just like you said, weren't nothing you could do.
Nothing I can do.
No matter how bad you wanted them shades.
Nope.
No matter how bad you wanted Corey to put out, you give somebody else that fight, still had to wait. But see, you had somebody come over and sit with you. Well,
yep.
what we gonna do? We gonna sit right here
and we chat. Me and my daughter just sit there and chat, and we had a nice, good little conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about my house because I'm looking for me a new home. We talk about my house, and we just had great little conversation. And
how important it is to have an extra key.
Yeah, and how important it is. She said that. Well, look, before we go any further, looks like you need to just give up on a set of keys. Said, yeah, you're right. Because this is the second time I got locked out. But anyway, y'all, sometimes just laugh at the smallest of the smallest things, and it'll still make your day just as beautiful as ever. And that's what I just want everybody to know. Yes, don't take everything serious. Okay. Hello, Charles. How are you? Don't take everything serious and so personal. Just have fun with it. Because sometimes it ain't nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do.
Thank God I had some chairs on my porch. And I got a wonderful view. And it was nice outside.
And wearing the sunshine to match.
And thank God I had this on because Anissa took the sun a little bit, but I couldn't have, but anyway. All right. So I hope all of y'all are wonderful, ready to enjoy the rest of what we have for y'all today. So my next guest is my son from another mother, my ace boon coon, somebody I could truly, truly depend on and trust. Trust is everything, y'all. Like it's everything. When you put your business in someone else's hands, you gotta trust them.
Yes.
When you say take over this and they know what to do because they know you, that's a wonderful thing. And trust me, he's learned me.
I know some Miss Winnies. I'm glad too.
Yes. So it's always wonderful to have someone you can work with. Okay. That's important with, not for, but work with. So that's what you want. You want to be able to have someone you can work with. So I can say, DJ, take over this, DJ, take over that, DJ, he does it. And it's going to be wonderful. And I don't have to worry about anything. So, and that's a blessing. So without further ado, I already said his name, DJ Carter. Help me welcome DJ. All we want to do is win. Can I say that right?
Get it, Miss Winnie.
Did I say it right? All we want to do?
Yeah. I think something. And the hands go up and they stay there. That's all I know.
And they stay there. Yeah, that's it. DJ Carter, man, 4 years ago, maybe 4 years ago.
4 now.
We met. I met him on the street, y'all. He was riding down the street with his hand holding his hand out with a No, I'm just joking. I was just joking.
I was probably holding something back then. I don't know what it was, but I was holding something.
Oh yeah, Nikki, I'm okay. Charles laughed. Nikki laughing at us. So I met DJ. My husband originally met him. He originally met him over in Portsmouth, near where DJ live at. And DJ, my husband, I remember he came home sharing some information about the young fella I met. He said he cook and he does great things. And I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, well, did you give him my information? He said, I did. I said, okay, good. He said, and here's his information. And I said, okay. Even at the time, then I was still doing stuff, and I ain't never get to it. And it's been many times I said I am, but I can get so distracted over things. And this young fella reached out to me one day, and the rest is history. And we've been connected ever since.
At the hip.
At the hip.
That I mean, that's just I love it. I love it.
So, hey, TJ.
Hey, Miss Wynn.
How are you today?
I am doing fine. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here. I'm just so glad. Like, y'all, it's so amazing to be sitting right here beside this young lady. I gotta tell you, I just everything she does with passion, and it's she talked about having someone to trust, and that's a two-way street, because in all the things she trusts in me, I can turn right around and trust those exact things in her. Miss Winnie, I don't understand this. What do you think? Miss Winnie, what about this? Just to be able to have that confidant, that confidant, that person to rely on when you're not at your best, when you have one of your days where nothing goes right, and somebody can give you 30 seconds and turn it around that quick. And she good at it too. But she don't let that negativity in there. Boo. Not today. Now turn that right on around. And that's what you got to do. That's what she is. She is, if you look up positive in the dictionary, you're going to find Miss Winnie in one of her hats. I'm not sure which one it's going to be, because she got 237 of them. And she's going to just be smiling with her head turned so slightly. It's just right there. And she is, to me, one of the true definitions of positivity.
Thank you, DJ.
You're welcome, Mama.
And he's looking good in his red collar shirt. Look at that.
Stop.
Look at that. Okay. We're gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave it alone.
But anyway, little sweat now. I'm a little hot.
So, DJ, you've been doing so wonderful. You've been just doing it. You spreading your wings.
Yes, ma'am.
Spreading your wings. And I'm so proud of you. It's just so good to see you just really coming out of a shell.
Thank you.
Just exploding. All I want to say is keep doing it.
Yes, ma'am.
Doing it. Don't let nobody stop your shine. Okay? Nobody. That, like I said in the beginning, people are going to talk.
Yeah.
Let them talk. Just keep doing you. Don't lose your passion behind people. Don't lose you rising up behind people. And don't miss your blessing because of people. Okay?
Yes,
so you just keep rising.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm going to give you the floor. And I'll be downstairs.
Oh, you got the key?
I got the key. I'll be downstairs. Okay. And if you just need me, just holler, okay?
Thank you, Miss Money.
All right, dear. Have a great message.
All right.
Yell it. All right.
How y'all doing? Again, thank you, Miss Winnie, for allowing me this time. For the next few minutes or so, I wanna deliver one of the most powerful messages that I can. And I thought a lot about this, and I thought, what can I deliver that's going to mean something? What can I deliver that's going to grab my audience and hold them and let them realize? And what I want to talk about today is how to get out of your own way. Now, let me start by saying I've been doing martial arts for 10 years. I have spastic cerebral palsy. I'm 39 years old, and I'm a black belt in martial arts. Now, getting out of your own way, we are our most powerful critics, and we will stop ourselves from doing something before we ever start. Now, the one thing that I'm going to mention about getting out of your own way, I broke it down into 4 parts. Okay. In getting out of your own way, the first part, where you start, is your attitude. Okay. Your attitude in your life for every single second of every single day reflects what you're going to do. Okay. You, from the moment you open your eyes and your feet hit the floor, before you even, if you have a disability, or even if you don't, if you transfer into your chair or your feet hit the floor and you get ready to go to work, if you start your day off negatively, you're already getting in your own way. Starting your day off, I didn't sleep good last night. Man, I wish I could have got about 10 more minutes. Man, this is going to be a long day. See, you're starting your day off negatively already, okay? And you're already in your own way. So before we even leave the house, we're starting to make obstacles and barriers for our own self. We're starting to push ourselves down when what we need to do is, okay, Lord, starting the day off positive. I'm gonna do great today. I'm gonna get a promotion today. I'm gonna get that job I was looking for today. I'm gonna make a 2nd-degree black belt today. I'm gonna learn a new move in martial arts. You've got to put something positive in so that you can give positive back out. One of the ways, you ever stub your toe? You ever get going and stub your toe or trip on something? Just stumble for a minute. We all have those stumbling moments. But everybody stumbles. But see, it's how you recover from stumbling as to how you get out of your own way. And this is what life is about. You've got to realize at that point when you start to stumble, okay, we all have bad days, but you can turn a bad situation good again, all in how you look at it, all in how you act on it. So your attitude is the first part. If you start the day off well, the day is going to go well. Okay. Even if it doesn't go exactly the way you want it to go, it doesn't mean that it's not going well. So I want to define that. Your attitude will reflect your altitude. Okay. Grandmaster Jack Dart, 8th-degree black belt, one of the greatest martial artists I've ever known. That is his number one saying. Your attitude will reflect your altitude, and it's true. And there's no limit on any of us. And I want to say that again, okay? This is part 2. Do not limit yourself before you start. Now, there's a difference in a limitation and putting a limit on yourself, okay? What I mean by that, am I going to climb the Empire State Building without some sort of, grappling hook or some sort of pack or some sort of climbing gear, without safety precautions? Probably not. Can I get to the top of the Empire State Building? Yes, they have an elevator. Okay. Can I get to where I need to be without putting a limit on myself? Here's the question. There's always something that you can do, and there's always a way to do it. Do you realize that failure is not an option? It's just a different way of looking at getting something done. Okay? What I'm talking about and what I'm coming across with, you don't fail. We don't fail. We succeed. We do things differently. Every case of cerebral palsy is different. Every single case of the 17 million people, every case is different. Okay. And this is one things I want to bring up. And this is why I say this. Just because we're different doesn't mean we don't or we can't. Nikki's heard me say this 1,000 times. The only way to turn a can't into a can is to drop the T and get it done. Okay. So we talked about your attitude, your mindset. Now that's a little bit different than your attitude, but it goes hand in hand because your mindset has to be constant, just like your attitude does. And everything you put forth is going to come out in your life, and it's going to come out on those around you, and it's going to come out on those people that you influence. Even those that tell you you can't or you won't, even those that tell you you will never make it, use that as fuel toward what you want to do. Okay. That is something my whole life. I wanted to be a martial artist since I was about 10 years old. I trained in Elizabeth City, North Carolina and I trained with someone. I'm not going to give any names because they don't deserve it. I'm not doing that. They told me that I would go as far as a yellow belt because I didn't have the ability to do it. I didn't have the strength to do it. Okay. I've been training in martial arts for 10 years now. I train under Grandmaster Jack Dart, and I trained at Tiger for almost over 10 years actually. I became a black belt on December 22nd, December 17th, 2015. And it took everything I had. It took mental, it took physical, it took spiritual, and there were barriers there. But often it was the barriers that I put in front of myself. We, a lot of times, are our own barrier. And we have to learn to move forward and get out of our own way. Okay? I want to say a phrase, and I want everybody to understand this and where I'm going. And worst critic. Yes, Miss Wilson, that's exactly right. We are our own worst critic, and we are our own barrier maker. Okay? But let me say this out loud, and it's a two-part quote. If you think you can't, you won't. If you think you will, if you think you can, you will. Believe it, and you will achieve it. Okay? We talked about just a little bit earlier, I talked about Ms. Wilson not allowing negativity in her life. That is something I am trying very hard to do. Okay? Her mindset is, don't come at me with negativity in my ear. Okay? Understand, when you are around negative people, you're going to get negative vibrations. And when you constantly hear something, it becomes annoying. It's like one of those little stupid mosquitoes just buzzing in your ear, and you're smacking at it, trying to get it. You end up hitting yourself in the face and feel kind of weird for a second because you were trying to hit the mosquito. Same thing with people, okay? There are people in your life, and all they're trying to do is bring you down. Understand at this point, don't allow people to bring you down, okay? At times, you're going to have to get out of your own way and weed out your garden. Everybody has a garden, okay? Everybody has a body. Everybody has a heart. Everybody has a soul. Everybody has a mind, okay? And those things need to be pure and positive to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. When you start getting negative things, if you think about Ephesians 6, it says, put on the holy armor of God and carry the shield of truth and the breastplate of righteousness. Now think about that, okay? When you have negative things happen and you have things happen to you that don't go your way or you struggle with something, you start getting chinks in your armor, okay? And you start getting little cracks in your armor. And you may stumble back a little bit, or you may step back once or twice. But again, I said earlier in my message, I said, it's not about how you stumble or why you stumble. It's about how you recover from stumbling, okay? One of the worst things you can do when you start to stumble is look down. Always look up, folks. Always look up, and always look in front of you, okay? Because you want to see what's coming, all right? Now, as I said, there are some people in your life that don't need to be there. There are some people and some family members and some individuals that are in your life, and they've been there, and they just said, girl, why are you doing this? Man, why are you doing this? You can't do that. Why don't you go and do this? Why don't you go and do this? No. That right there needs to stop. Okay, if you got somebody that's constantly telling you can't do something, cut it. I mean, cut it straight. You got to go and you got to get them out, okay? Maybe for a season, maybe for the rest of your life. Maybe something you've been dealing with. You're in school and you're trying to do the work, and they're saying, why are you doing school? Why don't you just wait? Why don't you spending all this money and taking all these classes? What if you don't get it? See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Speak those things that are not as though they are. That is Miss Wilson's greatest, to me, that is Miss Wilson's greatest quote and greatest thing she has ever said to me ever since I've known her. For the 4 years that I've known this wonderful woman, That is the one quote that sticks in my head. And that is part 3. In order to get out of your own way, stop limiting yourself by not speaking positive things into existence. Understand where I'm coming from with this. You want that new car? You want that new chair? You want that new chair with all the bells and whistles? Speak it. You want that new job? You want that new promotion? I'm going to get this job. Speak it into existence. Don't even put the negative spin on it, because if you put a negative spin on it, you're giving the enemy a foothold. And if you give the enemy a foothold, he will take a mile. I promise you that. Okay? Learn to brace yourself with positivity. Okay? Because when you fall, it's not the end. It's how you get back up and keep going. When you stumble, it's not the end. It's how you recover. Okay? There is no failure. I used to be a box thinker. I'm coming to 4 in just a minute, guys. I used to be a box thinker. Because of that lady that was sitting right next to me, I'm no longer a box thinker. I was one vision, one thing, one point, one track mind. That's all I was doing. I limited myself, and I put obstacles in front of myself because I thought I didn't have time. Let me tell you something about time. Time is precious. Time is precious, but if you manage it, and if you work it out, and if you realize and write down the things that you do in a day, you can get out of your own way. I'm going to say that again. If you manage your time and write down the things that you do in a day, the honest things. How long does it take you to take a shower? How long does it take you to make food? What are you doing that's productive during the day? I now have 3 YouTubes, a blog, an Instagram, a Twitter. I have 2 radio shows. I'm the secretary of Kelly's Choice. I'm working on writing a book. I'm working on owning my own restaurant. I'm working on owning my own dojo and opening my own dojo. There is nothing I cannot accomplish. The only thing I cannot accomplish is what I don't try for. The only thing I cannot do is what I don't try. At least try. At least give your maximum effort. If you give everything you've got and don't succeed, you are not a failure. You are not a failure. You just got to do it a different way. If you give everything you've got and can't give any more, find it in here. Find it in here. Find it up there. Pray about it. Seek it. Believe in it. Let it be your motivation to succeed. You've got to find a way to get out of your own way and bust through the bullcrap of life. There are people that are going to tell you you can't. I'm here today to tell you that you can. I'm here today to tell you that you will, that success is possible. Okay? There is no such thing as the word impossible. If you break that down, and I did a report on this, I actually spoke at a church. I saw a license plate that said impossible. But when you break it down, the words transfer to I'm possible. And that's the true thing. The 4th thing and the last thing I want to mention to you guys is this. Words are powerful. Words can hurt more than a double-edged sword, and words can lift more. Hey, Miss Deborah, how are you? Than a double-edged sword. There is nothing, disabled or not, different ability or not, there is nothing that we can't accomplish. As far as limits go, I know what my body does. I know where my body reaches its limits, but you've got to push through. In martial arts, mental, 90% of martial arts is mental. 10% of it is physical. Okay? I can break boards. I will be a 2nd-degree black belt. I will be a grand champion again. I will be a world champion under Grandmaster Jack Dart. Why? Because I believe it, and I am speaking those things that are not as of yet as they are. So many people see something that doesn't go their way and they call it a failure. So many people see something that doesn't go their way and they say, I didn't succeed. No, 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 no. It's not about you not succeeding. It's not about you not succeeding. It's about how bad do you want it? Okay, when you're standing in the trenches or sitting in the trenches, as it were, to go back to what Miss Wilson was saying, when I didn't hear from her at first, my first thought was, and again, this is where I've changed my thought process now. Oh, she ain't gonna call me. She got too busy. But something in my mind kept in the back. It was like, just reach out to her and call her. Just reach out to her and call her. That's all you got to. And I reached out and I emailed her, and she emailed me back in 2 days. She emailed me back. She said, "I'm so sorry." She said, I got this and this and this, and somehow your email got pushed down and I didn't see it, and the rest is history. Guys, I'm going to end with this because this is the most powerful thing I got, and I saved it for the end. If you stop trying, you die. Understand what I'm saying. If you stop trying, you will be dead inside. The only way to fully get out of a negative situation is to bring positive light into it. Let me give you a prime example, and I'm telling you this because I want, again, when Miss Winnie speaks, people listen, okay? When I speak, people listen because the message that I'm delivering is truth, okay? Sometimes the truth, it hurts. Sometimes the truth is hard to take. Sometimes people don't understand. Sometimes people say, I wish I could be where he was at. I wish I had that mindset. Stop wishing, start planning, keep doing. Stop wishing, start planning, keep doing. The spark that Winnie Wilson put underneath me, that Edwina Wilson put underneath me, was because she saw it. She knew I had it in me already. Okay, but what I had to do is bring it out. And people had to realize, man, this is coming from him. When you leave this room today, when you leave this conference today, when you hear what I'm saying, I want it to affect you. I want it to grab a hold of you and not let go. When you go home, I want you to stop thinking negatively and start thinking positively. You have to bring positivity in your life to achieve positivity. Stop thinking about the things you can't do and start doing the things that you know you are capable of, because there's nothing that you are not capable of. Nothing. I want to bring Ms. Wilson back up for a second because I'm gonna say this as I close, but I just understand what it means to be truly thankful. Understand what it means when you have someone in your corner to just go for it. Okay, to have someone in your corner that motivates you beyond what you see as possible. That's someone that is designed to lift you up. Okay, I have never met anyone like Winnie Wilson before that can truly not allow negativity. And that's the way to be, Charles, right there. You have to put the will into it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't take work. That doesn't mean that it doesn't take effort. That doesn't mean that it's not going to be easy. Life isn't easy. Nowhere in the word, basic instructions before leaving earth, just to bring the Bible into it, does it say life will be easy and you will not have struggle. Okay? But that does not mean I wish I had it with me, but I actually got a sign the other day that says I can, and there's another sign that says I will. It's on a wooden plaque, and there's a little piece of silver, and it's engraved into the silver. And it means so much because it's the little pieces. Okay, life is a puzzle. Understand this: life is a puzzle. When you put the correct pieces in the puzzle, they fit. Okay, I don't have time for negativity in my puzzle. Okay, bad things happen, but the reaction to those things is what you can control. Okay, everybody has struggles, but everybody can also have a breakthrough from a struggle. And that's what you need to know today. That's what I need you to understand. That's what I want you to grab a hold of when you leave today. Yes, it's hard. Yes, sometimes life is hard. Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes you feel like you can't lift that weight, but I'm here to tell you, you can. And if you feel like you can't, give it to God and let him carry it for you. Give it to God and let him carry it for you. Don't just call on him when you need him. Rely on him all the time. Know your worth. You people that are out here today that are thinking about doing something, that are thinking about going to that next level, that are thinking about pushing through, you are worth millions. And you have a chance during the next 5 days to deliver your story. You have a chance during the next 5 days at this conference from the 26th to the 31st, from Friday to Saturday to Sunday to Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday, to get your butts in here and drop the mic on some people, because there's some stuff that needs to be heard out here that people need to grasp onto. If somebody is at rock bottom and somebody has been at rock bottom for so long, the only way you can go when you hit rock bottom is up. So it's time to go up. It's time to be the rainbow after the storm. It's time to realize that I'm worth something, that you're worth something, and we can do anything through Christ who strengthens us. And that's a true statement. Thank y'all so much for listening to me today. I really appreciate this opportunity. I love y'all so much. And I hope and I believe that you guys can find something through this. If you guys are just coming on, rewind this back when we post it and listen to it, okay? Start putting positive messages on your fridge, in your bathroom, on your mirror. I can, I will, I succeed, I'm great, I can do anything. You got to make it known. You got to see it, you got to achieve it, and you got to believe it. See it, achieve it, believe it, make it happen. Destroy a can't, turn it into a can. Make life happen, because it's your life to control, and you can do anything you set your mind to. I'm a living proof of that. When I was born, I had a 10% chance of living. They told me I would not make it. They told my mom I would not make it. I made it, and I thrived on top of it. I am a grand champion. I've been a grand champion in 2017. I'm a black belt. That is not the end, okay? This is not the end for me. I will keep striving. I will keep achieving. I will keep succeeding. And I will keep digging. Sometimes to get to fertile soil, you've got to dig. You've got to go for it. You've got to give everything you've got. And just when you think you don't have anything, you find it. You find an Edwina Wilson. You find a Nikki Tony. You find a Charles Wilton. You find Deborah. You find Shayna. You find Bibiana. You find Kyle. You find people that lift you up and give you strength and push you to your next level. I am telling you today, go to the next level. If you want to be a speaker on this conference, we've got a little bit of today left, and we've got 4 days left. Get on your computer right now. Type in this email address, kellyschoicecares@gmail.com. Put in a topic that touches you. Put in a topic that you're passionate about. Put in a topic that you want to talk about. Most of all, put in a day and 2 times that you would like to speak, so we can schedule you in and get you up here to touch somebody else. I hope and I know I have touched somebody today. I know there's somebody out there right now who is thinking, I can do this. I want to do this. Stop thinking about it. Go to your laptop, go to your iPad, and get on this thing and do it. Make it happen. Make it a reality for you and somebody else. If you're scared, so what? If you're scared, so what? Do it in fear. Do it. You've been scared your whole life. Don't let fear control you. Control it. Take charge of your life. Be specific and fervent in what you pray for. Pray without ceasing. Live for it. But most of all, be positive and get out of your own way. Thank you so much. Come on up here, Miss Winnie. Woo! Well, I got the sweat running down, I tell you what. Whew. That's it, right there. That's all you got to do.
Okay. That's what we say all the time, Deborah. Do it anyway. Somebody needs to hear from you. People are waiting to hear from you. I saw your message. I love to join this. Look, when you want to come on?
4 days.
When you want to come on? We got you. You can join us any day you want, as many days as you want. We got you. But we always say that, do it anyway. Do it in fear. You will not get out of that box if you don't do it in fear.
That's so true.
And there's so many people that have done that literally within the past 12 months. When I opened the door for them to do this, when I open that door, it's for you to step in. And when you step in that door, you'd be surprised at the relief you have because you finally did it. You did it afraid, but once you started, all that fear was gone because it's your story. It's your story. Nobody knows your story like you do. Nobody knows your journey like you do. Nobody knows your testimony and how you conquered and got through everything, but you do. Overcoming is something, and nobody knows better than you, but you can help someone. And that's why I do what I do. So, who is going to be the next person to share their story, testimony, journey, overcoming struggles, situations, circumstances? Who's going to be that next one that come out of that shell and share with someone, the masses, our listeners? Because even if they don't hear today, it's always going to be here. So somebody's going to hear it. So we're here. It's going across the screen.
We ain't going nowhere.
At gmail.com. We're going to be here. DJ have a radio show. Cal and Christina, Shayna, Biana. Their shows. They keep trying to get me back on, but they tried. Thank you, Nikki. She's always just always there, helping us, supporting us,
and has been since day one. Has been ever since she could.
Oh, thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. So we are here Friday today. Our kickoff Friday, March the 26th through Wednesday, March the 31st, from 12 to 2 p.m. We take a 2-hour break and we come back at 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And that's every day until the 31st. So send me an email to kellyschoicecares@gmail.com. Or you can message me, Deborah. But everybody send me an email at kellyschoicecares@gmail.com with your topic, a photo, and 2 days, just in case one day is filled, we could choose another day that you would like to come on and speak. One of our team members will reach out to you. Okay. So, and that's all we need. And we will talk to you. We will encourage you. We will help you. All you gotta do is let us know. And we'll be here to support you in this. All right. And that's all. That's it. Just that simple. But I guarantee you have a message for someone. I guarantee you do. And once you realize you start speaking that thing, it's going to come out.
It's often the ones that sit back and wonder, what if?
Like Kyle, for instance.
Oh, man.
And he's killing it right now. He's killing it. Kyle, I found Kyle on YouTube and I watched this video and I was like, wow, okay. Just his video alone triggered me. It just did something to me that I wanted to reach out to him. So I left a message on his YouTube channel and in hopes that he would reach out to me. And he did say he hesitated because he was like, I don't do this. I'm not a speaker. He doubted himself. But when he made a decision to call me and we talked, and then I scheduled him in for the conference last year, he's been unstoppable since. He didn't realize how much power he had in him. But the thing is that each and every one of you that can speak have power in you. You're just afraid to let go. Don't be afraid of your own journey, because once you speak it, I guarantee you can share with someone sitting in front of you.
Sure enough.
Well, think about this. You come on and you start speaking and just think if it's someone you're talking to. That's all you got to do. Think you're talking to a friend and you're sharing your moment with. Think you're talking with someone close to you that you always talk to and you just start talking. That's all. That's where it starts at. That's it. But somebody wants to hear because somebody needs your help. Somebody's stuck right now.
That's exactly.
Someone that needs to pull out of that rut they're in right now.
Right.
But they wait for that right person
that moment
to come along and just like, oh, you're the one. I knew someone would come up at that moment because everybody's story is going to reach someone. Okay. If not all. But release, breathe, release, and let go. Breathe, release, and let go. You'd be surprised. All right. So, yeah, that. So I hope I answered your question, Miss Deborah. What y'all say? I would do it with my mom. What else we got? I had a stroke on 9/1/20. So really?
See
what I'm talking about, y'all? You never know
right there
how things will pull out just from talking. And you never know what your message. You know what the funny thing is? Sometimes you can have a message in your head and you can start talking and all of a sudden that spirit will change things and you just go off to something else. But when you go off to something else, it's for somebody.
Right.
It's for somebody that's going to touch somebody. We would definitely love to have you come on, Deborah, and share your message about having a stroke, because we talk, like I was saying earlier, before DJ started speaking his message, I do bring other people or other guests on, even if it's not cerebral palsy, because someone's story that don't have cerebral palsy can touch somebody else because it's in that community. And you never know who you can help. You just never know.
We're all connected. We're all connected. And it you know, that old saying, it only takes a spark to get a fire going.
That's it. That's it.
And so many people are so used to that comfort zone of where they've been. I'm telling you, I was that guy 6 months ago. Oh, no, I ain't, don't give me nothing else.
Yeah.
Once you let yourself grow a little bit and you take a step back and look at where you are, and you realize, wait a minute, I still got road up here. Now I'm traveling, and now things are happening. And I started with one show, and now I got two, and this, that, and the other. And it's just things are growing, but it's all. And I tell you, sometimes somebody will say something, you get mad. Why? What? How? That's okay. Okay, because if Edwina sees something in me, I'm gonna stop for a minute because I gotta go, okay, where am I missing this? And there have been times she'll tell me something, I'm like, you crazy. And it's not that it's you gotta look deep within yourself. You
Yeah,
gotta take time to examine yourself and as an individual.
yeah.
Stop letting people tell you can't do something. Stop listening to those negative voices. I said this in my message. I'm going to say this again. Speak those things that are not as though they are.
You got to
That
speak life into yourself.
and it's powerful when you speak positive and you kick negative out.
Yeah.
There's no room. See, and it can't. She don't let it in. I'm still trying to get a hold of that. I can't. I don't want to say I can't. I'm still learning that process. It's a process. Everything is a process. Deborah, when you came on here and those messages that you were saying, I'm glad that the Lord guided you to this today because I want you to get up here and share your story.
She's
Okay?
going to get up here. She
You,
comes.
I know she will.
Hello, September. Thank you. I'll message you, gorgeous. Thank you. I'll be looking forward to it.
Look at that sun shining, Miss Winnie.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to it. What else we have? Incredible guys. Yes, we appreciate that. Sharing is caring. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get it across. Sharing is caring. It definitely is. Everybody can put gas on somebody's fire. Absolutely, Charles. That is for
Well
sure.
said. Well said.
Yes, yes. Our story can help someone get unstuck. You heard me say get unstuck. This is for
Mm-hmm.
sure. I said God guided me to this live today. Oh, so that's why DJ said he saw that. Okay, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Isn't that wonderful how God does that? Like sometimes you don't even know why you're doing certain things or why you're going to your computer at a certain time or why you're opening your phone at a certain time and bam. When
There it
you see
is.
that, you're like, oh God, this is what you were saying. I needed to see and hear
Mm.
this. So thank God for God. Thank God how He does things. I am co-host on Stroke TV Foundation now to give back. That's awesome. That's awesome. May Thrift, my Lord. May Thrift have a story too. Maybe one day.
Yeah, y'all got to notice the facial expressions too.
Maybe one day I could just kindly get May Thrift on here to share her story. But I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm just putting it out there on live, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Mm-hmm. That little
Did I
nugget
put
of
that on there
information.
live? I didn't put that on there live, didn't
Right.
I? Y'all are so powerful together. Oh, thank you. I don't know why he don't let me loose. He'd be like, Miss Wilson, I really want you to stay here. I'm like, no, you got this, boo. I'm gonna go in the basement and I'm gonna leave you upstairs.
Look, I'll roll down them stairs, Miss Winnie.
um, okay, blank, blank, and a blank, 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 blank. I will put gas on that fire for anybody. Okay, all right. LOL. Yes, I'll be coming. Absolutely. Yes, definitely looking for you, Deborah. Nikki says, DJ says, drop the T and get it done. I know. Praise God. Uh, come on, May. That's right. Come on, May. Do it. We got this. I May Thrift. Edwina
Mm-hmm.
Wilson. May Thrift. Let me say something. May Thrift. May Thrift. If nobody knows my journey when I was in Maryland, you do. And here I am doing something I never thought I would be doing when I started this 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be 8 years, July the 14th. Who would have thought? I had no idea I would be doing any of these things. But evidently, God had a different plan. The journey I've been on, the journey I've been on, and I have to call it a journey because I could deliver so much. I can share so much of stories and life and situations and circumstances and losses. I can share those things. And I could sit here and smile today because God brought me through. God did. God brought me through all of what I've gone through. Still standing, still taking care of my baby. Because 35 years old, she's still going to be my baby.
Always,
Always
always.
my baby. And I'm always look out for her. As a matter of fact, the personal conversation I had when I got locked out earlier, I was on the porch talking to my oldest daughter. And I said to her, I said, you know, Ebony, I don't even know how we got to this, but we was talking about everything and everybody and you know, just life in general. And my house, because I'm looking for a new home now. And I'm ready, it's time to purchase again. So it's been a struggle because when I look for a home, Kelly is in all thoughts because Kelly needs to have access to the house like we do. So I don't leave my baby out. If she needs to get in the kitchen, I need it to be accessible for her. If she needs to get in another bathroom other than hers, I need it to be accessible for her. If we go through the garage, I want her to go through the garage. If we go through the front door, I want her to go through the front door. If we have a side door and a back door, I want her to be able to go through that door with her wheelchair. So my home is going to be accessible for her in all aspects of it, except my bedroom. But she will be able to get through the doors of my bedroom too.
Miss Winnie said I gotta have that space.
That's my space. That's my space. Kelly Lickbo, I love you from all of me.
My mama right here.
That's mine. Can I have that part? So I'm looking for my home, and I actually found one a couple of days ago, and I was talking to my daughter about it out there on the porch, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with this home. And I kept telling my kids and my mother and my father, I'm buying me a brand new home. I want to have a brand new home. I don't want a used home. I don't want an already built home. I don't want a home that somebody already been in. I want my own home because I deserve to have my home built from the ground up. I feel like this is my moment. This is my season. This is my year. And I done been there, done that. I done sacrificed. I never kept up with the Joneses. The Joneses ain't going to do for me what they do for them. So I'm not going to try to keep up with you.
Y'all see what I'm talking about? Y'all see what I'm talking about?
I don't beg for nothing. I have, through the 8 years I've done Kelly's Choice, I've basically done it on my own until one sponsor came through about 3 years ago and been a blessing. And that's one. But I've had a few, but that was one major one. But I've had a few since, but 99% Edwina has done it. And I was okay with that. But I'm learning now to say thank you. I'm learning to say thank you. Because when you're a giver, it's hard to say thank you. It's hard to receive.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah.
But I'm on this wonderful journey right now. And I was on the porch talking to my daughter. And I said, you know, Ebony, the hardest part with Kelly is if I go before Kelly. I said, Ebony, I don't want to pass before Kelly does. And she looked at me and she said, Mom, you ain't going nowhere until you after 100 years old. She said, okay. She said, you ain't going nowhere no time soon. But however, mother, let's not talk about that. I said, well, Ebony, that's reality. Because one day her and Kelly gonna go one day. She said, but what I'm saying is, Mom, we all know your journey. We all know your wishes. You've said it to us. You've written it down. And Kelly's been with us all of her 35 years. She's never been in anybody else's home. She's never been in a group home. She says, so I would make sure that your wishes, even if Even if one day we say, okay, we have to let her go in another home, we would be stalking somebody just like we know you would be. If we know something that you would do, we would do it too. So we know how protective you are of Kelly. So we're going to take care of Kelly. If anything should happen to you before Kelly, she said, "Mom, can we get over this? I don't want to talk about this no more." I said, "All right, girl." I said, but it makes you feel good to know that it's going to live, right? Your wishes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we got off of that situation because she was so uncomfortable with that thing.
A lot of people are. A
They
lot of
are,
people
DJ,
are.
but it's real. It's
But
so
it
real.
is.
It's reality.
There's a comment that was up here that I think Miss Deborah said it. There it is right there. You're his fire. That's the one I was waiting on. I was like, and I'm gonna tell you something. That's the true comment right there. I look at myself. I look at myself now in the 4 years that I've known this wonderful individual, and I feel like we're connected in such a way, and it's so good to have this. And she just mentioned something. She said, "Well, something could happen," and it could, but I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there waiting to knock them over, whatever it is. I'm gonna be in the front line. Don't mess with my mama. No, not that. And the reason I say that, I've always been out.
That right there, I'm sorry. You will never fail if you never give up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you something, Deborah. I've been through losses, many. I slept in my car, okay? I'm going to go as far as telling you that because it's part of my story.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of my journey.
A big part.
A huge part of
mm-hmm.
is why I'm still here. Why I love my daughter so much that I heard God speak in a dream to me. It took me 3 years to birth it.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew it was God because every time he gave me something to add on, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm thinking, Lord, you want me to do this, God? And that? Like, okay, this got to be God for it to be those things that he was bringing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 years later, I launched Kelly's Choice. The dream I could tell every time perfect because I knew it was God. But I had to mentally, physically, and spiritually get myself together to be able to fulfill what God had for me.
Right.
Because I wouldn't be able to do all of this. And with all of you all, if God didn't prepare me. So it took those 3 years for God to clean me and cleanse me and bring me to where he needs me to be in order for me to do these things.
Right.
I couldn't have done it by myself. I probably would have been a huge mess. But thank God for keeping me, for always being with me, even when I felt like I didn't know if God was with me or not.
Mm-hmm.
He was lifting me every time and carrying me. So thank you. That's it. You would never fail if you never give up. And trust me, I kept going and kept going. I'm crying and I'm keep going. I'm hurt, I'm keep going. My heart broke and I'm keep going. All of that, I'm keep going. I kept going and I'm still going. So I thank all of you too for continue to keep me going too. But go ahead, DJ.
Just a little bit because I look at how much Ms. Wilson has tempered me into. It's almost like wearing armor. I mentioned Ephesians 6 the other, in my speech earlier, but she's so supportive. She's so supportive in the moments, but she's also caring and nurturing in those moments where we're unsure. And that's the thing. To have that connection, it's so powerful. And she talked about with Kelly's Choice, even at times you know it's God when even at times she's like, okay, I guess I'm done with this, and it tried to walk away and come back and like can't get away from it because it's God. You know, when God has got you, I love this comment. Me and Deborah Sweeney are like you and DJ. It's so powerful to have that impactful person in your life. I'm in the process of buying a home too. It's going to happen. Had I not talked to this lady over here, woo, it was it just it, when I say we're capable of things, we are. But sometimes it takes someone else presenting it to you in such a way where it scares you. It may scare you. But if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. That's not my saying. That's not mine. That's Miss Winnie. I'm telling you, I have learned so much from Ms. Winnie and her family, Mr. Wilson included. All the daughters, Kelly, her smile is infectious. It brings, and Kelly has always got something positive to say. Oh, every time I call, that DJ? Yep. Hey, Kelly. Hi. Always. Never once negative. Always smiling. Even in her hurting moment, she's still got a smile on her face. That is the definition to me. And I love that word visionary. Because you got to understand your vision, okay? And sometimes it's going to take time to get that adjustment where you're seeing, some people see like this. See that? And you got tunnel vision. You look one way. That's how I used to be. This lady right here said, whoop, 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 whoop. Take the blinders off. Open up a little bit. You're going to be all right. And once you realize what you're truly capable of, there are no limitations. There are none. There are none. I believe in everything that Miss Wilson does because she presents it in a manner that's going to affect people in a positive way. When she's telling you guys asking you guys to get up here and share your story, because she knows there are people that are hanging. They're trying so hard to say, I'm not going, I can't, no, I got, and if I do, I'm scared. You gotta leap. You gotta take that step. And all you need to do is do it one time. Kyle was a perfect example. Dude blew up. YouTube channel, My Disabled Experience, over 10,000 views. I'm like, it happens. I'm telling you, dude is powerful. And you don't have to have a lot to say to be powerful. Mr. Wilson the same way. Quiet as I don't know what. When he speak, you go, dang. Dang, Mr. Wilson. I didn't know it was like that.
A smile on our face is there by choice. So true. So very, very true. Years ago, I always share this message. I say, smile for someone every day because you never know who you may trust. It's a very true, who you may
yes.
bless. Help bless. It's blessed. Smile for, listen, this is why I have DJ. Because I'm going to tell you, I can share a story with DJ and he'll remember that story. And if I get stuck, he'll say it. I'm like, what? I make so much money one day, I'm going to pay you to follow me everywhere I go. Had that little buzz in my ear. No, Miss Winnie, it's blessed. I'm like, blessed.
Thank you. Go ahead.
But I shared that message. I created that message because it's a true story. I used to work at IBM, and I remember one year they changed our hours where we could do flex time. So we could go in as early as 6 o'clock and get off as early as 2. Oh, I jumped on it because traffic in the DMV is the worst. Okay. So I lived in Clinton, Maryland. From Clinton, Maryland to Bethesda, Maryland was the worst. So it could take almost a 2 hour ride. I'm being honest, almost a 2 hour ride to get to work versus in during rush hour traffic versus when you go in early in the morning, you get there like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, something like
Mhm.
that, right? So one morning I got there and I went on the elevator and there was this lady sitting there, elderly lady, been to IBM for years. I said, good morning, how you doing? She said, good morning. She literally followed me to my desk. She followed me to my desk and she said, what's your name? I said, Edwina. She said, Edwina, thank you so much. You have made my morning. I said, oh, okay. She said, it was your smile and just good morning. She said, you realize it only takes seconds to say good morning? She said, I've been here over 20 something, 29 years. I'm going to retire soon. She said, well, I should have retired, but I stayed a little longer. She said, I ain't lying, Miss Wilson. I'm be honest with you. That's why I followed you. She said, there's some people had gotten on here early in the morning. Don't say a word. Turn around, push the button, act like ain't nobody else on here.
Mhm.
You get on here, come on, how you doing? 6 something in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking, that's just me. That's just what I do. I'm glad to get there at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like I was just as happy because I'm getting off at 2 o'clock. I'm gonna beat traffic and go home. But I would do that anyway, right? So I mean, it's like, how you doing? Hello. It ain't gonna hurt to do that.
Mhm.
It really is not. If they don't say nothing, who cares?
And that's all it takes. That's
Right.
all it takes.
Exactly. That's all it takes. That's it. And literally, she said, "What's okay?" So today we called it Messenger, I guess. I forget what they called it, where you could text people while you're online or whatever. It's another word for when you're at work. So we did that. She got my information, and I kid you not, every morning, that lady would come to my desk first, and then she would go to her desk and she would just message me, "Good morning, Edwina." She said, "I ain't gonna never forget you." She would say that every
Mhm.
day. I ain't gonna never forget. I would think that she had it in there, say to just paste it every morning
I
because
think
she
it's.
did
I
it every
think it was I
morning.
am. I
Right.
am. Yeah.
But see, yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. That's it. I am. That's it, DJ. You. You. And that's what she would do it every morning. But
Mhm.
for some reason, for a whole week, she came to my desk first. And then the second week, she said, "You know why I come to your desk every morning?" And I said, "Why?" She said, "Because I just had to see your smile." She
Mhm.
said, "Because I know you were smiling." I said, "Oh, thank you." I said, "I'm glad I was able to bless you." And I'm thinking, look, hey, you just never know.
And that's the
You never
impact
know what a
right
simple
there.
smile could do. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know if someone needed that. Like, dang, she's smiling and it's 6 in the morning. They had,
Mhm.
she ain't tired, sleeping or nothing. I was glad to get there at 6 o'clock. So I can get off at 2 o'clock, beat traffic. You're talking about 2 hours versus 30, 40 minutes. What? Yes, I'm happy.
Mhm.
I'm getting on there all energized and ready. But anyway, so you just never know. So, yes, Deborah, a smile on our face is there by choice. Even in your darkest, heaviest moments, when you could smile through it all, that could
Mhm.
be a blessing at the same time. Just smile through it all and just bless someone. Even if you're hurting on the inside, just smile through it all. I've been there, done that. Even
It,
some of them days at IBM, I was hurting on
mhm.
the inside. You
Mhm.
never would have known it.
It only takes just a little bit of light to get
That's
cut through
it.
the dark.
That's it. Let me share something else. So one day, the security guard, I would go downstairs and go to the cafeteria sometimes and get some oatmeal or something, right? And I went downstairs one morning, and I'm gonna tell you, at this moment, I was going through,
Mhm.
and I was going downstairs, and he said, "Miss Wilson." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Why you always smiling and so happy?" Man, I wanted to, I wanted to just cry at that moment because I said, "Man, only if you knew what the inside felt like, whoo, just to experience that." So I just want to say, y'all, to anybody, any condition or no condition, smile through it. Because when you smile through it, it makes you stronger. It makes you pull through it. It makes you tougher. If you feel like you're going to therapy and you want to walk, Tamika said, only if one day I can walk. This young lady has cerebral palsy, is in a wheelchair. I seen her go from the lowest to, if only one day I can walk.
If only I
That's
could
how
walk
some
one
take
day.
life for granted.
Mm-hmm.
But you got this young lady in a wheelchair that went from being in this special wheelchair to being in a simple wheelchair to using a walker that's in a stander, and one day she just want to walk.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm just saying, smile through it all. Smile through the pain. Shed tears and keep smiling because it will build you up. It will lift you up. It will push you to get to what you're trying to get through.
Sometimes you smile just to keep from crying.
Son, that's what I'm
Sometimes,
right there. Sometimes you
sometimes you
cry
laugh
from crying.
just to keep from
Right?
crying.
Sure
And
will.
Shamika talking about her, she has a smile on her face. Her
Yep.
and Kelly went to high school together.
Yep.
Again, Miss Wilson done told some stories. I got them back there. It just, I'm like a Rolodex. I can recall, but Shamika, you talking about powerful? Never thought a loaf of bread could mean so much. Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all. Like, I have lost a lot of associates. I
Mm-hmm.
can't even say friends because everybody ain't your friend.
Acquaintances. Mm-hmm.
Acquaintances, associates.
Yeah.
But guess what? If you weren't with me and for me, you never was there in the beginning. If you walked away, you weren't with me in the beginning. Guess what? I can carry the least.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
what God had me to do because God gave me this dream.
Exactly.
And I knew there would be people that would walk away. Why? Because they didn't understand my journey. They wouldn't understand what I'm going through and why my passion is behind what I do. I have a 35-year-old daughter that the doctors wanted to call off. But I have a wonderful sister-in-law and a beautiful aunt to Kelly that said, no, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to keep pumping because she's going to breathe.
3 different
And when
times.
she told me, no, 4 different times.
Oh, I'm sorry.
4 different times.
She got me
When
on that.
she told me that last moment that she said, come on, Kelly, you got this. And I looked at her and I said, you called her Kelly? I said, that's what I'm going to name her, Kelly. And that's where Kelly come from. So my passion to what I do now, in spite of my life and what I've gone through, thank God for God. Maybe God knew this. God knew I needed this. God knew that I would deliver and I would fight with everything I have to keep going. Because, yes, sometimes I do want to say, man, forget this. I'll go on my life. But God said, no, you don't. Somebody calling me. And when can I get on your radio show? And when you having your next conference? And when you going to do this? And I'm like, okay, God, I get it. I get
Can't
it.
walk away.
I can't walk away.
You know, I just realized the reason God brought you to me, because I can't walk away from you.
Can't walk, man. But I love that message right there. A smile on our face is there by choice.
Mm-hmm.
You brought me to all of this message. Like, it's there. Like, it is a choice. But make that choice, y'all. Make that choice. I don't care if you're in a wheelchair, if you're laying in your bed, if you're using a walker or whatever. Just smile. My daughter smile all the time, and she can't get up on her own. She got to wait. She got to wait for me to get up. She had to wait for me to feed her. She got to wait for me to feed her meal, fix her meal. She got to wait for me to take her to the bathroom, wait for me to get her dressed, comb her hair, brush her teeth, wash her face, wipe her hands off, wipe her eyes, clean her nose when she got a cold. She got to wait for me to do all those things.
And she's grateful.
And smiling.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you look at me, Mama, you okay? Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Kelly, I'm okay. Smile through it all. Things she's been through, smiling through it all. Her pain, I carry her pain. That thing she had on her foot a couple years ago, Woke up in the middle morning with this big blister across the top of her foot from one end to the other, about this thick. Didn't feel anything. But I felt that in my heart. I wanted to cry for her because she didn't feel it. I'm her backbone. A couple months ago, when she had this big thing on the back of her neck, I felt that for her. Being turned away from the hospital a couple months ago, about 2 months ago, being turned away from, I feel all of that. And she don't understand. God knew what he was doing when he put me in charge.
Yep.
God knew what he was doing, that I would be a blessing to somebody, and I had no idea I'd be doing that. I had no idea I'd be reaching people in Australia, in Brazil, in South Africa, North Africa, all these places. And again, yes, it's been time I wanted to say, forget it. Mm-hmm. But God won't let me walk away. He won't let me. So I just continue to say, smile, y'all, in the midst of it all. It could be some hurting moments through our individuals, through us, through the family. But somebody got to be strong enough and tough enough to keep on going, to keep going. I feel like I've been in a battle all by myself for years. Nobody in my family do what I do. Nobody has supported me in what I've done until a few years ago when my sister first showed up at one of my events. Shocked the living mess out of me. But I was blessed that she made a decision to show up. And then the next year she brought my mother, surprised the mess out of me. I literally cried in the hallway. Literally, I did. Cried in the hallway when I saw my mother there. I've been on this journey and didn't care if they did or didn't, but always said if they did, it would bless my heart. Mm-hmm. I ran track. I played basketball, softball. I did bowling. I was just that athletic person, and I was great at everything I've done because I challenged myself. I had no idea God would put me here. How did I get here? How did I get on all of this? Like what? I don't. I'm sorry, y'all. Like
no, don't you say sorry.
And like it hit me, and this is a part of me that never come out. Never come out.
It did today. Let it come on out.
But I'm gonna tell you, this moment at this particular time, Deborah, without a shadow of doubt, God sent you here today. He sent you here today. And a smile on our face is there by choice. Absolutely. Because we could get stuck and we could get in this place of pity and we could get in this place of sorrow and we will not come out of it because we want to stay there and we want somebody to feel this with us. But you don't have to want that. You could do it yourself. You could pull yourself out of any situation. I used to ask God, God, give me strength, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. I used to ask for that all the time. God, guide me. God, where am I supposed to go? God, what am I supposed to do? When I was sleeping in my car, God, where am I going to go tonight? Nobody know I'm sleeping in my car. Nobody know I'm going through this. I didn't tell my children. My dad said, after 40-something years, he said, your kids could come here, but you can't. After 9/11, I lost everything. My life went from up to real quick. But I got this Mazda 626 that I wanted, this black Mazda 626 that came into my life when my credit was jacked up, shacked up, smacked up, and some more up. And I got that black Mazda 626 I wanted. That thing became everything to me. DJ laughed because he know the story of the Mazda. Who would have known that the thought in my mind to have a black Mazda 626, a new model, and your credit jacked up, shacked up, smacked up, and some more back in 9/11, when 9/11 happened, literally a month after. But God said, go get your car. And I did. And I got that black Mazda 626.
And you listened.
And I heard and I listened. And I went and got that car off a new car lot.
Mm-hmm.
And God knew that that thing would, I needed it. I was lost. I was broken. I could not find a job. That was the first time in a long time that I could not find a job.
Mm-hmm.
But it was my journey. It was for me to bring me to the person I am today, to give me that strength when I feel like I have no strength, but I can pull it out of me, to not sit down and go in sorrow. Yes, this pandemic was strong. It was stressful. It was depressing sometimes. You hear all these stories of people passing and this and that. But I was up and I was down, and I was up and I was down. But God didn't let me stay down.
Mm.
He didn't let me stay down. No, no, I need you. Somebody needs you today, tomorrow, the next day. Somebody needs you, Edwina. Keep going. And here I am again, once I say, but that message did something to me because I smiled through it all.
Mm-hmm.
I smiled to keep from crying, Deborah. I almost wanted to cry so many times right here, but I can't. It's like in the inside of me, but it just won't come out. So it is by choice. Keep that message, because if you don't, I will. I'm going to keep that message along with mine. Smile for someone every day, because you never know who you may bless. Keep that, y'all. Smile for someone. When you see somebody, smile at them. If they don't smile or say no, who cares? Let it be good in your soul. Let it rest well with you.
You know, you ask a question, Miss Wilson. I got to say this because how did I get all the way on this? It's just what we've been talking about. A comment, a smile on your face is there by choice. Now you talking about just like you said, God brought her here at this specific time, and you just let that pour. I said just like this, because you cannot deny what a message does to somebody, and that's just a comment. Imagine if she had said it. You know, this right here, this and I love how Kelly has no negative in her. It's not in her world. That's powerful. To
You don't, Charles.
This, going just a minute. I really didn't talk about this. The pandemic, like Miss Wilson said, there's a lot of stuff, But to keep a smile right here, even when you're hurting on the inside, it affects people.
That part, Paula.
Yeah, no, it's right. And Paula's another one. She come on, powerful, great.
Paula had us crying last year.
Shoot, I had 3 tissues. I couldn't look. I had to take off my glasses. They were fogging up. But look, let me say this. One particular thing on that
good hormones. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
On that Mazda 626, my favorite line on that whole story. When she was in the parking lot, the salesman said, "You ain't gonna put no money down on it, or nothing. You ain't gonna be. I ain't got no money. Oh, no. How you gonna get this car?" She looked at the salesman. And said, "God told me to." Let me explain something. The salesman looked at her and walked away.
That's what he did. My daughter and Corey was right there because they didn't believe I was going to go get a car. But go ahead.
Now, when she told me this, see, this get me going, Lord. Woo! When Miss Winnie says trust God, that's Winnie right there. When she says, I'm going to trust God, she does it. I said there are 2 places I wish I could be. One where she doesn't let negativity in her life. I wish I could be exactly that. I'm growing toward it. But I asked her, had a conversation. I said, Miss Winnie, how do you do that? I have tried so many times to trust God and try to put my hands in it when I didn't need to. And a lot of us do that where we say we're going to trust God and let him handle something, but then we in there reaching. This lady, her
Paul,
her
I ain't messing with you today. Go ahead, DJ.
her walk and her spirit. I I just I have had things happen to me in the past 6 months that I couldn't even tell you how. But just Miss Winnie will say when she says it's God and I trust God, I know that she is coming from her whole heart, because when you lose everything, a lot of people will say, I lost this, I lost that, I lost this. When you lose everything and you have nothing, no home, no, and that car becomes everything.
Everything.
And there's so much more to the story, but that car became everything, and she survived. And look how strong she is now. Talking about a message to use, and a message to come across, and a story to share. Miss Wilson, that is her most powerful asset right there. When she tells a story, I'm like this, because I'm just trying to. It's almost like you want to. I caught myself a couple times, my mouth wide open and drooling, because I didn't want to breathe, because I didn't want to miss nothing. It's so. I've heard that same story. This is the third time now. She didn't really share the whole thing, but this is the third time now, and I'm just moving my lips because I know what's coming. But it's so powerful because each time it's delivered differently. Now with Kelly, that's
Hold on. One quick thing. I usually am not on Facebook at this time. Once again, it was a purpose. But maybe it was for me too. I just want to leave that right there. But go ahead, DJ.
No, with Kelly, she mentioned it earlier. Total care. That is a big phrase.
Yes,
a lot of people don't understand. They may think they know, but total care, when you have to do everything for her, and she don't complain, she just smile and is just grateful. Kelly, that's why I said her smile is infectious. And you look at what she's gone through, and yet her mother carries the pain, carries it. And her first question is, Mom, are you okay? You talking about powerful? Powerful? Come on. That child loves church, and she loves God, and she loves her mom. I have never seen a mother-daughter relationship as impactful as Edwina and Kelly Wilson. I got to tell you, it is so powerful to me that Kelly wants to be where her mom is. And again, I know it's because of the impact that Miss Wilson has on her life. And I tell you the truth, God is my witness. I'm the same way. God just talked to you for a minute. 3 hours later, we still talking. Because I want to be close to it, because when you got joy coming out of every orifice, regardless of what's going on in your life, man, you Miss Wilson, ray of sunshine is perfect analogy. She said, I wore this yellow because I wanted to be sunshine. She is.
Who would have known that it would have ended like this? Like, who would have known? Like, I had no idea. But I did this, and I stepped out on these days with nothing filled. But I said, God, if I have to fill these days with whatever I have and DJ, and if anybody come along and want to join us, let it be so. And if that means I have to say things I ain't never said before, let it be so. Maybe to help somebody. Let me be free this time. People always say, Edwina, can I interview you? I never let people interview me. I feel like my heart is heavy with pain from what I've been through. And I feel like sometimes I'm gonna just let it go. And Brown Nisha interviewed me last Sunday past. And she said a lot of great things that I had no idea that I was doing because I just do and I do from my heart. And I'm listening to her and I'm like, I did that? Like, I do that? So when you're constantly going and you're doing things from your heart, you don't even realize it.
Don't even see it.
You don't even see it.
Kelly needs her mom.
Yes.
Kelly needs her mom to keep. Kelly needs her mom's light to keep her light on. That is, boy, woohoo! Great day. I got chills on that. Oh my gracious. We might go to 7. Woohoo!
Yes. Yes, Deborah. Yes, Deborah. Yes. Yes. That interview was good. Thank you, Nikki. Yeah. So Brownisha had me on, and it was actually a great show. But she did something nobody's done. And she said, give me your cash app. She said, when I said, thought of this, I said, Miss Wilson gonna be mad at me. She gonna be like, girl, I ain't asked you to do that. And she asked me, I ignored her. And I ignored her and I ignored her. And I said, I ain't giving her my cash app. I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. And she said, I know she gonna say everything she said. I was feeling that thing. Yup. As a matter of fact, if I ain't got to give it to you, I'm gonna try to ignore as long as I can. But right at the end, she's like, Miss Wilson, I ain't forget. Give me your cash app because I want to sew into you. You've sold into so many people and you've given to so many people. I can only imagine what you've done that we don't know. I can only imagine, Miss Wilson, what you've done for people that we don't even know. Because if you've done the things that I see you done, I can only imagine that you've done so much more. And I have. It's a 2-bedroom right around the corner from where I live. I've put people in that place and I paid $900 a month for them to stay there because they didn't have nowhere to go. And I did that. Did I have it? Absolutely not. But God made a way. God made a way for me to do that and did not look back. There's one person name that I will mention, and her name is Cheryl. And the reason I mention her name, because she talk about it all the time. She go live with it. She called me all the time. Girl, you don't even know. You know where I'm at now? You know what I'm doing now? And I'll never forget Miss Edwina. You ain't even know me. I'm a lady that sent an email to you from North Carolina, struggling. They had nowhere to go. And we did this sister circle, and I would call and you wouldn't call. And I would call and you wouldn't call. And I would call and you wouldn't call. She said, Miss Edwina, you just wouldn't call me. And I was like, I didn't know you. I felt everything about her and her journey, but it wasn't that I didn't know her. But so every now and then I got to the point where I would call here and call there because I started like, oh man, how's she doing? I wonder what's going on. You know, so my heart started getting there and everything, and I started feeling this thing. So I would talk to her more and I would talk to her more. And then I said, I have this place around the corner. It's a 2-bedroom. If you could get away up here, I could put you in one of the rooms in there and, just get your life together. And she said, really? I said, yeah. And she's been calling ever since. And Weena, you don't even understand. Miss Weena, guess where I'm at now? I'm in a shelter, and girl, this must have been the best place I could have came when I came to Baltimore. Who would have known leaving that apartment, going to somebody else's house, and then they say, okay, now you got to go. And I'm in a shelter now. So now, as of the end of last month into the beginning of March, she got her own place. That shelter helped her get into a new place, affordable housing. She just as happy as ever. She said, girl, I'm going to tell the world about you. I said, don't do that. I said, just don't mention my name. I said, don't mention my name. You could talk about your story, but just don't say Edwina, because I do things to not share things. She said, but you got to share my story. I said, okay, maybe once or twice. But today I do it because for some reason, Deborah brought out a fire in me. She
So
brought out
good.
something in me just by that smile, just by that word. And she meant to be, it was meant to happen just the way it did. It was a meaning to it. It was a purpose behind all of it. And I prayed to God, literally I did. I said, okay, God, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing. I said, I'm just step out here. And if I had to utilize the time, I will. I would step out there. I didn't know how it would be, but use me. Use me, God, however you need. It's gonna be me, GD, and anybody else that want to come on. You want to come on and host with me. If you want to come on and share with us, come on. Send me a message by all means. I would love to have anybody on here. I love to share my platform.
And
Love to make somebody else shine. I love to have somebody else share their story because you don't know who you can help.
mm, mm.
You just don't know.
I'm so blessed to there's twice I've seen you do this. And I remember the first time. I've been I've been blessed enough to be privileged when Miss Winnie opens up like this to be part of it twice. And that's why I'm just like, cause she don't. But again, that comment we talk about, there's a phrase that she said to me 2 years ago, and she still says it to this day. The people who are supposed to be here are going to be here. And that right there is proof of, because I've known Deborah for a while.
Did you say she waited all day? Go ahead.
But you know what? I mean, see, and that's the impact I'm talking about. When I need to interview you on my show and give you our platform to share your movement and community. I mean, I have said before, when Winnie talks, people
Thank you,
listen.
September. Mm-hmm.
People listen. But it's not, she said something very important that I want people to notice now. And she's so humble. I don't do things, I do things to do them, but I don't do them to share them and talk about them. And that's real. I mean, I there are times, and I say this, there are times I have to call. I describe Miss Winnie, I've said this, as a spark, as a motivator, as a mom. Sometimes you just got to get a little bit of Winnie in your life. A little bit of Winnie in your life goes a long way. And I'm privileged enough to sit here on this platform for almost an hour to where she spotlighted herself. And she does not do it often, but when she does, it's so powerful because the meaning behind what she's saying, again, Deborah said, I'm not usually on Facebook at this time. Come full circle.
Man,
3 minutes into closing.
who would have known? Who
I
would
mean,
have known?
and you, that's God. He literally said, God brought me to you today.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
And I'm gonna say this: God's timing is perfect. God's timing is perfect. I cannot imagine something being so powerful that it just is. I mean, this right here, you just talked about it. God used me. And in this time, you have the people that you have, and the story that she shared has touched everybody up here. I know she's touched September. I know she's touched Deborah. I know she's touched Paula. Lord have mercy. Miss Winnie touches everybody that she's around. And she leaves. It's almost like this. The way I can describe it is just this static that just stays. I can't. If I go 3 days without hearing from Edwina Wilson, I start getting withdrawal. Y'all don't understand. It is infectious because when you do something, and if they could show Miss Winnie's heart up here, we need like 6 screens because her heart is so big and she does so many things outside of this, but it's with what she does it with. There's some people can say I did something out of the kindness of my heart. If Miss Winnie does something, she does it out of the kindness of her heart. And I got a desk back there to prove it. I'm just saying, you know, I look, I never know what Miss Winnie. Let me tell y'all this real quick. I turned 39 this year, and I was worried about turning 39. I called Miss Winnie. I said, Miss Winnie, I don't know what to do. I'm losing my mind. I'm gonna turn 39. I'm crazy. Everything is just going, and I can't, and I'm worried, and I had all this stuff that I laid before her. This lady, I had the best birthday. I mean, I'm telling you, I got stuff, and she walked in, and I said, "What's that smell?" And she turned around and had a bag full of crab legs. Let me tell you what. I love me some crab legs. And Miss Winnie knew it because
I listen.
I told her about going to Captain George's with Grandmaster Jack Dark. And she brought me crab legs. And I told him on Facebook, I went live and ate them all. I had crab leg juice on my face, on my nose, the top of it was dripping everywhere. And I told Miss Winnie, I said, "Oh, my brother and me are going to Captain George's tomorrow." I was all excited, right? Went to Captain George's, ate crab legs at Captain George. I came home. I said, "Miss Winnie, don't ever eat crab legs 2 days in a row." Because I told her, I said, "That's not good for your digestion." But the reason I'm saying this, a lot of times, Miss Winnie will be silent in what she does, and she'll pop up. I mean, pop up. Got me going down the road. I'm just going to the store, minding my business. She just videoing all the way down. I said, she sent me something that didn't open up on my phone. I saw her that day. I said, "Miss Winnie, what you send me?" She said this. She showed me on her phone. It's me carrying a basket, just handling it. I'm just going.
Minding his business.
But here's the thing. And I say that to say this. You don't know who's watching you. Somebody right now could be watching this and not clicking on it. And I'm going to tell you something. This one he taught me because I'm still, again, it's a learning process. It's not always about numbers. As long as you do something wholeheartedly and you do something out of truly with your heart, you will understand how powerful it is to truly bless someone. And that to me is Edwina Wilson, because she truly blesses someone out of the kindness of her heart and does it without any expectation of anything back, and yet will continue to be there if I need her, to be there if Nikki needs her, to be there if September needs her. We are, she said before, I have so many internet children. Let me tell you, I cannot count the number of internet children that Miss Winnie has. But I say this, she knows them, she remembers them, and I will say, I had to learn patience in this, and I still am learning patience in it. Miss Winnie doesn't forget. She may get distracted, or something may happen, and it may push it down a little further, but she don't forget.
No, I don't.
And I tell you, I value something she said. How do you remember? She asked me, how do you remember? She did it here today. How do you remember all
So
that?
much.
How do you? I'm going to tell you why. Because I remember when the words are worth something coming out of your mouth. I have never heard a word that wasn't worth anything coming out of Edwina's mouth. Even in times when I did something wrong or said something wrong, she says, there's a proper way to say things and do things without being nasty. But I will tell you, and I will say this, when Edwina is quiet, be careful. When Edwina is quiet, be careful, because her energy level can go from 0 to 100, down to 60, to 200, down to 50, and still go constantly. And that she is always, has never, not one negative thing to me or anybody. She is truly, truly, truly an angel of kindness, and she does that out of the kindness of her heart. And that to me is pure. So I'm going to close with this, and I'll say this out loud. Again, we are here for 5 days. Okay. Today, which is the 26th, all the way through the 31st. If you are
Love you too.
If you are even
Oh, that was my granddaughter.
if you're even thinking about being a guest and you have a story to share, don't think about it. Get on that email right now. Send a request to Kelly's Choice Cares at gmail.com. No spaces. Put your topic in the subject line. 2 days and 2 times. We're going to be here. We ain't going nowhere. I got 12 different shirts. 12 different shirts. I said, I'm going to scare somebody. Red ones, blue ones, yellow ones, green ones. I went through because I knew this was coming. And I told Miss Winnie, I said, I'm ready for you. Whatever you need. I was up 10 o'clock. I was ready to go. This is your chance. I promise you, if you tell your story and share your story from here with the intent of helping somebody else and helping yourself. Hey, 12 different shirts. I started to change this one, but Miss Winnie liked the red so much, huh?
That red looked good on you, DJ.
Thank you. Don't get me all hot again, Miss Winnie. Anyway, but look, y'all take a chance and give yourself an opportunity to help somebody else. And Deborah, thank you. Thank you for getting up here, because that right there, Miss Winnie needed.
Man, she brought the fire out. Like, I don't know. I'm still sitting here like on the inside, like hard, like boop, 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 boop. I didn't know all that would come out. But that was nothing but God. And we're just speaking from our hearts. And I know I don't share a lot. Right. And I'm invisible sometimes and a hit and miss on social media a lot. I'm always in the background doing something though. I'm always doing something. And of course I love my memories. So I will creep in about 11, sometimes 11:45. Then I'll be like, oh, it's 11:50. I gotta see my memories, and I'll pop on to see my memories. And so But you know what? I wanted to say yes. Deborah brought out some stuff in me,
Mm,
which she brought that message, which brought out that fire in me that I would normally, if I'm speaking to someone personally, would deliver and not globally like this.
mhm,
But I guess it was needed. But that's part of my journey. And I'm not ashamed of my journey. I'm not ashamed of the journey that God allowed me to go
mhm,
on and bring me through. The beauty of all of it is
mhm,
nobody, and I do mean nobody, could come to me and say, "Oh, I helped you through this," or "I helped you through that." No, you didn't. God gets all the honor and glory in my journey. I went through that thing. I went through.
mhm,
And I, when I say God, not family, none of that. Not my family. That that was the worst. Unfortunately, I remember talking on the phone to my dad and my brother sometime last year, and I said, "Y'all know I'm writing a book." And my dad, he said, "I hope I ain't gonna be in it." I said, "You are." I might not say your name or your name, but you know, my journey is my journey. And I know my mom be on here listening sometimes and be scoping out my page and everything. And you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to talk. I'm not going to let nothing or nobody stop me from sharing my journey. I went through this. You didn't. I
mm,
had to endure this. You didn't. So I can help somebody else with my journey. Not a story, but it was a journey. It was a lifelong journey that I endured through so much,
mhm.
and I'm still here.
How do
So
you
I
how,
darn
how do you
don't think I'm gonna let somebody stop me from speaking up. It's not gonna happen.
how do you feel now after that comment was made and after sharing what you shared and you like you said the fire inside? How do you feel now that it came out?
Um, what in the world?
I'm seeing them too. I just
What?
yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, where did? How far did this go?
It's still going.
September. Tammy Moreland. Hey, love. Yes, we do. You know, when Paula showed up and Paula said, "I'm crying." And she was like, "Preach, girl, I'm crying." I didn't realize it until after I finished talking because I wasn't paying attention to what was going on over there.
Hmm.
She made me think about something. And then I saw Sharon pop up. She made me think about something. And then Tammy popped up and she made me think about something. It's a caregiver story.
Hmm.
It's a caregiver's journey. It's a caregiver's life. It's a caregiver's moments that some people don't even understand and wouldn't even understand of those behind the scene things that we go through that we have to deal with on a regular basis because every last one of their names that I mentioned, our individuals have and or needed 24 hours of care.
Hmm.
Because unfortunately, Tammy lost her son. She spoke about that last year.
Right.
And but Sharon and Paula and myself, we still have our children. And there's stuff behind the scenes that you don't even know. You couldn't begin to even understand or imagine some of you, what we deal with, what we go
Hmm.
through. My
Hmm.
daughter has an intellectual disability, challenges. She's not at a 35-year-old level. Sometimes she talked to me like a kid, but I understand that. Somebody mentioned on a video I did a couple of days ago when Kelly was at the eye doctor and how patient I was with her because she couldn't do what had to do
To
in
get
order
the
for us
contact.
to get that
Hmm.
contact, the
Hmm.
best one for her. And that thing hurt my soul though. She said, You inspired me how patient you was. My mother wouldn't have been that patient and would have got mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, patience, yes. But it hurt me because I knew how hard she was trying.
Right.
She tried so hard. And then we got in the car. She said, Mommy, we're gonna try it again. We can try it another time, right? And I was thinking, I said, well, Kelly, unfortunately, no, not right now. Unfortunately, the ones that's going to be better for you is the ones we're not getting.
Mm-hmm.
But we're getting an alternative solution.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not happy with the alternative, but if it's going to help, then we'll work with it because Kelly, this progressive rare eye disease that she has,
Mm-hmm.
who knows where to go, you know? So I asked the doctor if at one point after she's got used to these, maybe 6 months to a year, can we try again for the ones that's better for her? Because
Mm-hmm.
I want what's better for Kelly.
Right.
I don't
And
want
you should. And you should.
right. I want what's better for her. I fought the doctors, the insurance company. Like, no, you're going to pay for these. Them things are
Parents and
$2,500.
children, listen to this. Listen to this.
Them things was $2,500. And
Mm-hmm.
before the people at the office even put it through, they said, the doctor's not going. I mean, the insurance company not going to pay for this.
Let them put it through.
Put it through.
And attach a letter.
Attach a letter and say in that letter, put in that letter, why is it necessary for Kelly to have these types of contacts? That's $2,500. How is it going to benefit her life? What is it going to change? How is it going to impact her? All of those things, put that in that letter. Because bottom line, it's a medical necessity.
Right there. Why is that a medical necessity?
She needs those.
Yep.
Glass is not going to work. She needs those contacts. I kid you not, when I made that phone call, it wasn't even 30 days. Kelly got approval, and they called me to let me know that Kelly got the approval. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we got to just
fight.
You got to, and don't give up. I know sometimes we can fight for our children so much. We get the denials and the declines and the turn downs and the turn noses and all that. And well, you can't have this and you can't have this, and the insurance company not going to pay for this and they're not going to pay for that. Put it through. I've been there, and that's why I can say that. I've been that person years ago when Kelly was younger. I would get tired of fighting sometimes. And I was like, well, it is what it is. I'm just sick of this, whatever. But what changed me was, who does it hurt? Not them. Kelly. So I made a decision. I ain't going to never give up on her no more. I'm going to fight with everything I have to get her what she needs. And that's what I do. So don't give up, y'all. Fight the good fight for your individual because they need it and not the people. And if your insurance, like she has Optima, so what Optima don't pay, send it to Medicaid.
Mm-hmm.
And let Medicaid pay it. But they paid the $2,500. The fitting was $400, but they took it down. They took $75 off, but they added a $25. So I ended up having to pay $325 because I don't know why they took. I forgot what she said. They took the $75 off, but that's good. But Medicaid is reimbursing the $325.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to keep going with the battle. Just keep going because there is no reason that. I mean, to me, this is what I see. The problem is, how can you pay for $2,500 of the lens, the contacts, and not pay the $400 when she need to be fitted to get those $2,500 contacts in her eyes? So that need to be paid for because she need that service in order to get that.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to keep fighting. You got to keep fighting and stop letting the people tell you what they think is not going to happen.
Just like with my chair.
Insurance company tell me this.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with her wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Let them tell me.
Yep.
Well, Miss Wilson, why does she need her chair to rise up? Why
Mm-hmm.
does she need a tilt and a recliner on her wheelchair? Why does she need her legs to elevate? They might not pay for this, and might not pay for that, and all this stuff they told me. Put it through and let the insurance company deny me. Let them
Mm-hmm.
deny it. God is my living witness. They could tell you themselves if you call that company today, that doctor's office, and they could tell you in 30 days or less, that wheelchair was ready. They ain't never seen that. They were shocked. They were
It's a
shocked.
it's
Not
a four.
one call from the insurance company. They not denying anything. Not one call.
It's
Went through
usually
like
4 to 6 months for those chairs to come
that.
out.
At least 3 or 4. At least. You're right. She got that
Just
chair
like she
in
told,
about 30 days,
just
literally.
like she told me, I'm getting ready to get my new chair. I said, well, da, 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 da. She said, nope. And she stopped me right there. She said, don't give it a foothold. Call them, get the letter from your doctor, and get the chair that rises up, get the chair that tilts, get the chair that reclines. I'm like, yes, ma'am, Miss Wilson. I said, Miss Wilson, when I call the insurance company, can I have you on three-way? And she nodded. She said, if you need me, call me. Miss Wilson, she'll fight. But you do have to fight for your children.
You do.
You do. And don't let the insurance company or anybody tell you the insurance company's not going to pay for this.
Right.
You put it through and get that letter from your doctor to explain the medical necessity. That's important. The
Listen,
referral.
y'all, let me interrupt real quick. I don't know who this person is putting this message on here, but ignore that message. That has nothing to do with us, okay? So ignore that message, and I will delete it when we get finished. But I don't know who they are, what they're doing. Ignore that message, okay? That's not something we are representing, putting out there, promoting, or anything, okay? All right, so, okay, keep going.
You've gotta fight, and you've got to take the initiative to realize and know your worth. Miss Winnie has said that many times up here. Know your worth. You know what you need, and parents know what their children need. Don't let and that's thank you. That's that's where you have to go when you want something. You got to fight for it.
I'm gonna clear that message.
Woo, Lord. I mean, that's just.
It made me want to call my son. Oh, bless your heart, Charles.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, DJ.
I just, I want to see people succeed. We need to get the thought up here right at first. At first.
That message, y'all, ignore that. We're not promoting it. I don't know who it is. Okay, that's a scam. Somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fake profile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Miss Edwina is amazing. Her and Kelly motivate me every day to keep being the voice for not just my son, but for the cerebral palsy community. Keep being amazing, love, and amazing words, DJ.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. And yes, keep doing what you're doing. Girl, come on here and share your message and your cosmetics. I appreciate those kind words. I honestly do. Uh, yeah, this person has actually put everybody's name on there. Is definitely a spam, so I would delete it and take that off of there. Okay, block their butts. I'm go ahead, but anyway, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all, man, it's thank you. Whew, y'all, I don't even know. I don't even know, but we have gone over. We will be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Anybody want to share the platform with us or want to share their message or whatever, host with me, anything? Y'all, I'm open for it. Literally, I am. We're going to be here tomorrow from 12 to 2. We're going to take a break, come back at 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And we're going to do that every day until Wednesday in recognition of Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month. I chose to do it at the end of the month every year. So this is what we do. We're here. This is actually my second year virtual, but actually my fourth year altogether. Fourth
Hmm.
year altogether. So I will
Yep.
continue to do this due to the passion behind my great daughter, Kelly Smith, that I dearly love, care for, and just do whatever I can for her and the rest of you all in the community as
I
well.
thought this was your 6th year, Miss Winnie, because
Actually, it's four. I started in 18. My first one was in 2018 at the Hilton Garden, Suffolk, downtown Suffolk. Not at
okay,
the one you came to
okay,
up here in Harborview. We
okay,
did the first one is downtown Suffolk, and then we did it at the one you came to, and then last year and now this year. That's 4 years.
okay, okay.
Now the caregivers gala, now that's been except last year.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
that's been since 2014. That's how I launched.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's dear and close to my heart because it's about us. And we matter because if we don't do these things, then our loved ones would not have the life that they have.
Thank y'all for commenting, and thank all of y'all who have
Yes,
been up here
definitely.
and
Thank you. Thank you.
keeping the positive vibes going and sharing your comments and supporting us. We love you so much. Thank you for being part
Okay,
of
go
this
block this number.
and supporting Miss Wilson as well. Look, if you guys know of somebody that would like to be up here again, send them that Kelly's Choice Cares at gmail.com email, and that way we can get you and make sure to put in their topic and 2 days and 2 times so we can get you up here because these stories need to be shared and it's powerful.
All right, Tammy, send me a message. Let's get on, girl. Go ahead, DJ.
Yep. But thank y'all so much for just supporting us and being part of this. The people who are supposed to be here are here, and we thank you for that.
Yes, yes, definitely do. So we will see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same channel,
Mm-hmm.
same, same.
Same.
Just a different outfit.
Yep. Y'all tell me what color shirts y'all want to see. I got 12 of them. Come on. Let me know. Let me know before we end this thing. What color y'all want? I'll bring it out.
Well, since you're giving us a choice,
Oh, what you want, Miss Winnie?
let's see. Do you have yellow?
Do I have yellow? Yes, ma'am, I do.
You got yellow. Boy,
Mm-hmm.
stop playing.
Miss Winnie, don't make me open my closet.
If you got yellow, wear the yellow tomorrow. And then I'm going to
Yellow.
wear red tomorrow.
All right. I got to vote for yellow, and Miss Winnie got her vote in, and she the boss. So right up to the top.
All right, y'all.
Rainbow. Yellow.
Y'all be blessed.
Yep. That's 2 votes for yellow. So I
We
got
will
it.
see y'all tomorrow.
All right. Y'all take care.
Enjoy the rest of your day. All right. Bye bye.
All right.